Good day, St. Maarten. I'm Yesenia Lassaro.
And I'm also Lawrence.
And welcome back to another edition of St. Maarten NEWSDESK.
Brought to you by TV15.
We're bringing the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
Let's dive into our top headlines. Police launch search after armed robbery at Point Blanche Marina. The Sint Maarten Police Force KPSM has launched an investigation following an armed robbery that took place just before 3 p.m. on Tuesday, October 7th at a jewelry store located in a marina in the Point Blanche area. According to police reports, the suspects fled the scene in a small green vehicle heading in the direction of Sucker Garden. Patrol units and detectives were immediately dispatched and began searching operations in the surrounding areas. Authorities have urged anyone who may have seen suspicious activity or who has information about the suspects to contact the police force at 542-2222 or at the anonymous tip line at 9300-9300 or call 911 in case of an emergency. St. Maarten celebrates 15 years of country status on Constitution Day. Sint Maarten will mark 15 years of country status within the Kingdom of the Netherlands with a national celebration on Constitution Day, taking place Monday, October 13th at the Jocelyn Arnell Festival Village. This year's theme, 15 years of country status, honoring our past and shaping our future, highlights the nation's journey of resilience, unity, and growth since achieving its new constitutional position on October 10th, 2010. The day's events will begin with a solemn meeting of Parliament at 10 a.m., followed by a uniform parade at 11:30, featuring more than 100 participants from the police force, VKS, Coast Guard, Customs, Pathfinders, and the Youth Brigade. Official addresses will follow from His Excellency Governor Baly, President of Parliament Sarah Westcott-Williams, and the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Luc Mercelina, and Minister of Education, Culture, Youth, and Sports, the Honorable Melissa Gums. The celebrations will continue with an intercultural food festival and cultural showcase from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m., showcasing the diverse flavors and artistic talent of St. Maarten's multicultural community. Leading up to the day, the Youth Parliament will host Youth Reflections 15 Years of Country Status on Saturday, October 11th, featuring performances and discussions by young people at the Phillipsburg Cultural Center. Prime Minister Mercelina described the day as a time to honor our sacrifices and reaffirm our commitment to building a stronger, more inclusive St. Maarten. Governor Baly reveals speaker lineup for 2025 Governor's Symposium. Governor of St. Maarten, His Excellency Baly, has announced the speakers for the 12th Annual Governor's Symposium, which will take place on Friday, October 10th, 2025 at the American University of the Caribbean School of Medicine in Kupakoy. Themed 15 Years of Constitutional Autonomy, Achievements, Lessons, and Prospects. This year's symposium will bring together a distinguished panel of experts across law, governance, economics, and social development. Among the featured speakers are Franklin Richards, former Lieutenant Governor and long-serving public servant, Nancy Guichard-Joubert, member of the Council of Advice, Mr. Jason Lister from the Central Bank of Curaçao and St. Maarten, Carla Vlon, Managing Director of Tackling Law and Cultural Advocate, and Jurien Weiter, Crown-appointed member of the Social Economic Council and former Dutch parliamentarian. The event will be moderated by Kalila Peters, Senior Director of Caribbean Government Relations at Adtalem Global Education. Attendance is by invitation only, but the public can join virtually via the Governor's official Facebook and YouTube channels starting at 8:30 a.m. Insurance reform to our brand new hospital, St. Maarten's healthcare system, is on the brink of transformation. But are these changes enough to make care truly accessible for all? That story in our feature later down.
A new day begins. The sun rises over St. Maarten, bringing new energy, new possibilities. This island was built on resilience, progress, and the strength of its people. Our connection is what moves us forward. It links our communities, our businesses, our families. From the heart of the island to the shores beyond, we've connected St. Maarten. From every street to every home, this network was built for St. Maarten by St. Maarten hands. Connection isn't just about signals, it's about people. This is your island and your network recharged. Proudly local, we're here for today, tomorrow, and every milestone ahead.
With a Sunshine Report straight out of Sunshine City, St. Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into the forecast and see how the skies are treating us. The Met Department of Sint Maarten is keeping a sharp eye on the Atlantic, ready to update you with the latest. Don't forget to follow NEWSDESK on Facebook for your daily Sunshine Report. So as you enjoy your week, stay safe, stay friendly, Sunshine City.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to remember to help keep you and your family safe. If you're not in an area that is advised to evacuate and you decide to stay in your home, plan for adequate supplies in case you lose power and water for several days and you're not able to leave due to flooding or blocked roads. This hurricane season, make a family emergency communication plan. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of Sint Maarten. The Ministry of WMVision, Department of Infrastructure Management, together with the Police Department KPSM, is making changes to traffic on a section of Canagita Street and Manzanella Steak, Phillipsburg. The Canagita Street from the intersection with Percy LaBega Street to Manzanella Steak will now be a one-way street. Inbound traffic can enter Canagita Street from Percy LaBega Street and drive straight ahead or turn left into Manzanella Steak. Outbound traffic leaving town on Canagita Street must make a right turn onto Manzanella Steak. Entry further into the Canagita Street will no longer be permitted. Outbound traffic exiting Manzanella Steak onto Walter Nisbet Road can either make a right or left-hand turn. The Ministry of WMVision, Department of Infrastructure Management, and the Police Department would like to thank the public for their attention to this change. Please follow the new traffic rules and signage and drive safely.
Dutch State Secretary for the Interior and Kingdom Relations, Eddie van Marum, will embark on a working visit to the Caribbean part of the kingdom from October 13th to 18th, focusing on good governance, food security, and nature conservation. His trip will include stops in St. Maarten, St. Eustatius, Saba, Curaçao, and Bonaire, where he will meet with local leaders, organizations, and residents to strengthen cooperation across the islands. While in St. Maarten, the State Secretary will be welcomed by Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Luc Mercelina and take part in a Coast Guard tour. On St. Eustatius, discussions will center on environmental challenges with Stenapa, farming initiatives, and preparations for the first Salute 2026 celebrations. In Saba, Mr. Van Marum will review the Saba Regional Deal, which includes projects such as multifunctional center, a new school, and ongoing work in agriculture, reforestation, and fisheries. His Curacao visit will feature meetings with Prime Minister Gilmar Pisas and Governor Lucille George Wout, as well as engagements with farmers, fishermen, and youth groups through the Slavery Remembrance Committee. Finally, in Bonaire, he will meet with environmental foundations and utility officials to discuss energy security and waste management, culminating in a tour of the nature reserves and heritage sites. The visit underscores the Netherlands' continued collaboration with Caribbean partners in building sustainable, self-reliant communities across the kingdom. Maarten Flavors, Beyond the Plate, to take place in June 2026. The Sint Maarten Hospitality and Trade Association, known as SHTA, in collaboration with the Sint Maarten Tourism Bureau, STB, has announced the return of the island's premier culinary celebration, Sint Maarten Flavors, Beyond the Plate, scheduled for June 2026. Now in its fourth edition, the event will showcase not just cuisine, but also art, culture, and creativity, blending the island's culinary heritage with visual and performing arts under the fresh theme, Beyond the Plate. In this new format, participating restaurants will be encouraged to adopt an artist, pairing chefs and creatives to design immersive dining and art experiences. Plans also include mural walks through Philipsburg, combined with restaurant tastings and other interactive cultural events aimed at engaging both locals and visitors. STB Director Mei Ling Chung described the evolution of the event as a celebration of the island's vibrant and creative spirit, saying, "By going beyond the plate, we're connecting taste with the colors, sounds, and stories that make St. Maarten unique." The move to June, traditionally a quieter tourism month, was a strategic decision based on feedback from local restaurateurs. Organizers believe the new timing will extend the tourism season into summer while complementing the French-side Festival de la Gastronomie, giving the island 2 world-class culinary showcases each year. Restaurants will once again feature their signature dishes at special prices throughout the month, but with an added focus on the arts as a backdrop to the island's rich culinary offerings. SHTA emphasized that Sint Maarten Flavors continues to evolve as a platform that unites cuisine, creativity, and community, ensuring visitors and residents can experience the island's culture in every sense. For more details or participation inquiries, visit stmartenflavors.com or email events@shta.com. SHOWME Caribbean partners with WMVision to broadcast live island content globally. SHOWME Caribbean, the region's leading provider of high-definition live streams, has announced a major partnership with WMVision International, a global leader in location-based media content for broadcasters. Under the collaboration, SHOWME Caribbean becomes WMVision's primary content partner for the Caribbean, bringing live footage from hotspots like Maho Beach in Sint Maarten to a vast international audience. This move will significantly boost the visibility of the islands on WMVision's Media Hub, a global media hub that connects over 100,000 webcams worldwide with major news, travel, and weather networks. Co-founder Sabine Berger described the partnership as a major step forward for Caribbean tourism. This collaboration allows us to reach a professional audience of media companies and millions of viewers, offering real-time exposure that will be invaluable for the region's tourism sectors. SHOWME Caribbean has already built a strong following on YouTube with its high-quality streams. And now, through WMVision's global platform, these live feeds will reach millions of potential visitors around the world, showcasing the island's beauty and vibrant culture in real time. Caribbean businesses, hotels, and locations interested in participating can contact SHOWME Caribbean via showmecaribbean.com to feature their destinations to an international audience. Private insurance plans are expanding, government reforms are underway, and construction crews are racing toward a new hospital. All signs of a changing healthcare landscape. We take a closer look right after this break.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands. especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every laugh, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Guess what? I got an idea. It's amazing. You see how we have the link sharing all everywhere?
QR link,
the
yeah.
QR link.
Yeah.
Raw Caribbean channel app. Yeah. You're welcome. Put it in the back.
But it's not an app though. It's not an app. App you have to like download something to get it on your phone, take up space. It's not an app.
It's like an app. Therefore, it can be an app. So, it's an app. Raw Caribbean TV app. Say it with me, Al. Come on.
It's not an app though. All you gotta do with that, it's a link. You take the link, you hit the bookmark, you say add to home screen, and so it shows up like an app icon, but it's not an app though.
Are you a real person? It is an app because you get to watch all the programs from Raw Caribbean at one place. It is an app.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but factually and technically, it's not an app. Kind of like we do the news, facts,
Yeah.
and you do that thing you do.
Whoa.
Point being, you just go to the QR, you hit bookmarks, and you hit add to home screen, and then you can have the link to, let's give it another name.
The app.
You want to call it the app?
Raw Caribbean TV app.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess, please, give some sense, Jess. Jess.
It's kind of like an app.
That's why she gets the big bucks.
It's not an app, though. It's not a app. What the It's not a app.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with her mouth? My God. Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Yes.
It's not an app, though. In St. Maarten, the conversation around healthcare is shifting from crisis management to long-term reform. New investments, legislation, and infrastructure are taking shape, all aimed at creating a stronger, fairer, and more sustainable system. As the government pushes for reform, insurers adapt to meet demand, and construction begins on the island's most ambitious medical project yet. One question stands out: is St. Maarten ready for the future of healthcare? Our report today looks at how policy, innovation, and infrastructure are working together to reshape the health of the nation. Since healthcare system has long faced financial strain, and the numbers tell a sobering story. The Committee for Financial Supervision, the CFT, reports that between 2010 and 2023, the island's healthcare funds accumulated a deficit of roughly $500 million guilders. Annual shortfalls of 30 to 35 million guilders continue to weigh heavily on the Social and Health Insurance Fund, known as SZV. At the current pace, the International Monetary Fund warns the system's reserve could be depleted by 2029. Minister of Public Health, Social Development and Labor, the Honorable Richinel Brooks, says reform is no longer optional, it's urgent. His ministry has laid out a multi-layered plan that includes stronger oversight at SNV, stricter controls on medical referrals abroad, and increased use of generic medications to reduce cost. Preventative healthcare is also a growing focus, encouraging citizens to prioritize early detection and healthy living to reduce future expenses. At the center of these reforms is the long-awaited Social and Health Insurances Authority, or SAHA, a single system designed to ensure that everyone contributes fairly and receives equitable care. While government policy takes shape, the private sector has stepped in to bridge gaps left by the reform delays. This month, Nagico Insurances introduced NagiCare Smart Health, an all-in-one plan designed for small businesses owners and entrepreneurs who no longer qualify for government insurance under SZV. The plan covers vision and dental services, annual checkups, lab testing, preventative care, and emergency overseas treatment, all at an affordable rate. Tamisha Wigley, Nagico's operations manager for St. Maarten, Seba, and Stacia, explained, "Our goal is to make healthcare more accessible for everyone, whether it's a simple checkup or an emergency abroad." Meanwhile, the public sector's most visible milestone is rising above the Bel Air skyline, the new St. Maarten General Hospital. The main hospital building is on track for completion by the end of the first quarter of 2026, with relocation from the current St. Maarten Medical Center to follow soon after. The new hospital will feature state-of-the-art facilities, seismic protection, and expanded capacity to reduce referrals abroad. The design was revised in 2024 again to strengthen safety and efficiency, and the wastewater treatment plant, essential for hospital operations, is expected to be fully operational by the end of 2025. Construction progress is steady and equipment procurement is underway. The ministry also confirmed that no major cost increases have been recorded since the project's last contract amendment in 2023. Former Health Minister and current MP Omar Otley noted that the St. Maarten Medical Center has already expanded its range of medical specialties from 5,800 to just 700 annual referrals abroad, thanks to years of gradual investment and training. Even with this progress, officials acknowledge the need for more local participation in hospital construction and healthcare employment, a reminder that the human element remains just as vital as the financial one. Beyond the policy debates and construction sites, St. Maarten's healthcare story is also about inclusion. During the pandemic, community organizations and the Collective Prevention Services, CPS, provided care for residents regardless of insurance status, a model of compassion that many NGOs continue to carry forward today. Together, these public, private, and community initiatives mark a turning point, one where access, sustainability, and quality all stand as shared goals. New hospital on the horizon, general health insurance in progress, and private plans expanding coverage, St. Maarten is taking decisive steps towards a healthier future. But lasting change will depend on cooperation between government, insurers, and citizens to ensure that no one is left behind. The path is ambitious, but the vision is clear. A healthcare system built not just to treat illness, but to sustain wellness for generations to come. For NEWSDESK, I'm also Lawrence.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten NEWSDESK.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV15 and then across all social media platforms. I'm also Lawrence.
And I'm Justina Lassiter, wishing you an amazing evening. See you tomorrow.
And stay friendly, St. Maarten.